All right, man. It was on Rod Beard's Twitter page that Adrian Wojnarowski, and Zach Lowe, two NBA insiders, mentioned that Andre Drummond could be traded to the Dallas Mavericks for Tim Hardaway, and I guess some other things going around. But hey, let's talk about it. We back. Motor City Sports Talk in the building. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video, and that's interesting because the Mavericks need a big man down there to play that DeAndre Drummond position. Remember they had Erica Dampier in my Shaq voice. For me, people saying that, people say, why would Tim Hardaway be involved? Because I think he getting like $20 million a year or something like that on a ridiculous contract. I think he signed back in New York. So Dre getting 27, and then they can just, throw a couple other cheap pieces in there, and that'll be for Dre and maybe some draft picks. I'm not sure what they got, but Luka Doncic will get the best out of Dre, and Porzingis is the perfect four to be next to Dre as well too. But we got to be getting some picks back. Tim Hardaway Jr. and like a Justin Jackson or somebody else or a Jalen Brunson, they ain't enough. They ain't got nobody over there that intrigues me. But unless you looking for cap relief. But remember, Tim Hardaway Jr. got 2 more years on this deal. I think at $20 million apiece. So I mean, I don't, unless they giving us a plethora of picks, I just don't see why that makes sense. Now, Charlotte say, it coming out of Charlotte, they don't have no interest in Andre Drummond no more. But, I mean, this is exactly what Dallas need. But I look at their roster just thinking off top, Luka, Porzingis, and what? What else they got over there? J.J. Barea just came back. Tim Hardaway Jr., the Finley guy, he ain't that good. That team don't have a lot of stuff. So we have to have a draft pick for the next 3 years. They first round draft pick. But I think it could be it's a better way, or it's a better deal out there for Dre, man, for real, to bring somewhat of a young asset back. Tim Hardaway Jr., I mean, he all right, but he ain't good enough to, for me to be like, oh, I'm happy with him and some 20 draft picks, 2021, 22, 23, as far as the number pick, the 20th to 22nd draft pick. The Mavericks look pretty good, and with Andre Drummond, they might be somewhere in the top 5 or 4 in the West. The way Luka Doncic is playing, he just rolled his ankle, so it was just some speculation about Andre Drummond possibly going there. But I wouldn't understand it, to be honest. It just makes zero sense. You know what I'm saying? Because they're gonna be a good playoff team unless they got somebody like the Knicks draft pick or whatever. But they did just trade for Porzingis, and I can't remember exactly what they gave away for him, but Tim Hardaway Jr. ain't good enough. Before I take on Tim Hardaway Jr. and a few of them scrubs from over there, I'll let Andre Drummond walk, because that's 27, 30 million off your cap. I'll take the free cap, then them lower level first round draft picks that's not going to amount to nothing. So at the end of the day, man, I still will keep my eyes peeled for D'Angelo Russell. He eligible to get traded today, December 15th. Charlotte said they're not interested, but it's that time to start thinking about moving Dre, I guess, because if they feel that they're not going to give him a Supermax extension, and they feel that, you let him, just check the waters out there, you let him walk, and just see what he can get, why not trade him? And then, the team use him as a rental, and then he find out he ain't worth what he get, and then you just pay him to come back. But yeah, the Pistons in the mode of being sellers, and I think they figure out Malik Rose, Ed Stefanowski, Tom Gores. This is a seller squad. They trending that way. They're not trending to be a player in the East. They 10th in the East right now. They had a big win versus Houston, but this team ain't got enough. And the problem is they don't have enough guards. Had they had a Westbrook, I think this team would have been trending towards being in the fifth, sixth seed at least in the Eastern Conference playoffs. But right now for Andre, if they have to make that decision really, really soon, because you're looking at, we halfway through December, January, and they moved the trade deadline up a little bit. So they got to start testing the waters for him. Maybe you trade him, you let him test the market where you get, and then maybe you can bring him back next year. But, the Clippers, they traded everything, but they can use a big man. But, what would you get back? Because you would want Montrez and Lewis Williams. They don't have no draft picks. You looking at Oklahoma City, they really trying to be sellers. You're looking at Orlando. They got, the Mo Bamba guy behind Vujovic. You know, Sacramento, they trying to win. Would you take Bojanovic and some young guys over there, Bojanovic and maybe Marvin Bagley? I would do that. If I can give Andre Drummond to Sacramento and I can give Marvin Bagley and Bojanovic, they can keep the draft picks because right then and there, I like those two young guys. But it's time to really start for them to, you know, if they figured out that we not going to keep Drummond and we going to move Drummond, well, it's time for them to kind of test the waters. You know, you got Golden State. You know, you may be looking at San Antonio with Pop. Maybe he can use them. Maybe Houston can use them. You could do a deal with Houston, you know, but him and Capella is virtually the same type of player. Capella got a longer contract. You know, you look out at Brooklyn. Maybe maybe they may not be so high on Kyrie. You want to take a flyer on Kyrie. Look at Boston. They trying to get rid of Gordon Hayward. Maybe you could swing something over there, but it's not a ton of places. But Andre Drummond is a needed commodity out here, man. He's just such an animal. I don't think you would trade him to Indiana, Milwaukee, or Chicago. Not no individual rivals. But hey, let me know what you guys think. I'll link that tweet in the description under Source League. Don't forget me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You reach out to the email if you got business, question, inquiry, sponsorship, video requests. Keep sharing the videos. Appreciate the love, support. One time for the one time Mercy Sports Talk. It's your boy CJ Goodfellow. We gone.